Hello, everybody. We got video reaction number 12
The theme of today
coming
is
to you
burnout,
from
meaning, in
a
order to
hotel
play, being
room
yourself a
in
player,
Seattle.
your leg's got to be really strong.
Watching the
So,
Oregon
2
UW
drills
series
that are going to help you do that. 5-ball drill
this
and then
weekend.
feeling position through the ladder. Okay? Has
And
anybody
still commenting on some of the footage I've never seen from lessons.
What is it? Remember it? Okay, we're going to do a warm-up to 5-ball drill. Come on over here. Come on, come on, come on.
Kind of liking this outfit, black and neutrals.
We're going to want to go this way. Yes. Because I'm going to throw that
See
way.
Amanda Palma in the background. Give me one of these.
Let's get back that way. I need one
because
person
I've got a little bit of OCD, and when I set up drills, it's different than how the other girls set up drills, so they just get a little bit annoyed
everybody take a knee
with me when, even though their drill setup was
the whole point of this
good, it wasn't how I would have set it up, so I moved
your
it.
glove out, chest facing down. If we come
Just
up,
little
we're going to be
things
too
I
slow. So we got to push off the inside parts of our feet to go get the ball. So we're going to move these apart, make it a little bit tougher. So first round, 5-ball drill. You're gonna catch it, put it behind you. Are you ready? Here we go. So I'm gonna roll them side to side. You're gonna shuffle, catch, and go. Ready, go. 1. Oh yeah, we're gonna go fast. So don't even worry about putting it in the bucket. It's kind of like for the next drill. Ready? Hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really good job. Now, one adjustment is when we catch the ball, instead of catching it with wide feet leaning, we want to catch it hands out. Boom, hands out. And be balanced.
So Ava, the girl doing this drill, did a really good job of moving her feet. Often I do this drill with beginners because it's tough for them to start their feet first.
Go get it.
So she does a really good job.
4. Very nice. Awesome. Really good adjustment. Anybody else want to try it? Let's go. Really quick. We're just going to call this one the double catch drill because it doesn't have a name, and now it is called the double catch drill. So, going to be out in front. Amanda's going to say go. You're going to have your toes facing this direction. You're going to run, catch, put in the bucket. The next person's going to say go, run, catch, put in the bucket. And we're going to go kind of fast. When you get to this side,
another good beginner drill.
Line up facing this way.
Because going through,
keep it in your glove, put it in the bucket.
Going through these drills, we can run through things, and
here we go. Ready.
The girls understand the concept of the drill. But if we don't actually secure the ball in our glove, that's kind of the name of the game with defense. So this kind of drill
here we go. Next up, go.
Has to stop momentarily because somebody drops it, which is really, again, what defense is all about. We need to secure that ball.
So
also in lessons,
we want to see the ball into our glove. Okay?
Our job, I believe, is to make sure that we're building confidence. So even though the finished product a lot of times is securing the ball, there's ways that we can build up to that and like focus on the process of like how to learn how to do that. But we do need to implement drills where the whole process is figuring out where in the glove we're catching it.
Who's done this one before? Okay, now we're going to give you a different one for our burnout rotation. So now Madison's going to have pull out. Okay, so I'm going to be down. I'm going to go right, left, tap, out. Right, left, tap, out. And I'm going to walk back. Okay, so a little bit different. Who wants to try it? Who has not tried it yet? Right here? Who else wants to try? Who hasn't tried it yet? Nobody else wants to try? All right, come on. Okay, so first person's going to get into their fielding position in the ladder. Right foot, left foot. Hands out. So we want to tap out in front of the ladder. When the first person gets to halfway, you're going to get in the ladder. Ready, and go. Out, in. Out, in. Keep going.
Very good.
Go ahead.
Again, another use for these PVC pipes is making sure the kids stay hinged.
Okay. So
good little
rotate, reach.
visual cue for them.
Knees bent.
And now we're in our stations. So
good. Knees bent. Rotate, reach.
If the sound's on in my
throw,
voice
control
right
your
now,
glove.
and I hope it is, because a lot of times in these, again,
Good
I
job.
mentioned this in the last video, a lot of times in these
Rotate.
videos
Show
down
me
here in
back of
the
your
corner
shoulder.
with me in the circle, I will pause to kind of listen
Show
to
me
what
the
I'm
back
saying
of
in the
your
video.
shoulder.
So hopefully you guys can hear that.
See, when you reach just now, you show me this. I want you to show me hips forward, reach across. That's gonna keep your
my point in bringing that up
above
was
your shoulder. Here you go.
when you see the stations go
Better.
in the
Good job.
videos,
So my hips,
I
my belly
only
facing
am
you.
ever really at one
Rotate my
station.
shoulder.
So sometimes you get footage and you hear me talking about a different station.
Yikes! Hitting people in the face. Here we go. Wall sits, relax. Not bad. If you move your head, your ball goes this way. Here you go. Right here.
With all the fancy stations that we have, playing catch is by far
Keep
the
that
most helpful
elbow
for
up,
them,
get over the top.
and by far the one that they get the
Over
most
the
bored
top.
with,
There you go.
even
Good
when they are
job.
playing
Good
catch with me.
throw. Last throw. Pull. Not this.
I can learn almost everything I need to know
Down.
about a fielder by how they play catch.
One more.
That's not a bragging thing. That's literally just
Yeah. Shouldn't hurt right there.
if you're a parent or a
Rotate.
coach
You guys gonna go this way.
and we are blowing
Remember,
past
try
the
and
playing
shuffle,
catch
okay?
phase.
Don't cross over yet
That's
for
a
a
lot of
backhand.
information
Keep that glove out
that
in
we
front.
have
5
and a
balls.
great opportunity
One,
to teach the player
2,
about
good. Stay low.
the
3,
actual process of the game, because that is
go. 5.
the most
Good.
important thing is
Switch.
playing catch. There's a bunch of more fun drills, and we need to make this game fun,
Okay,
or we
keep
need
that
to
glove
make
out
drills
and
fun
shuffle,
so
okay?
that
So if you think
there's
you can
excitement,
backhand
there's
it,
fire,
try and
there's
shuffle one
passion.
more, get in front of it. Go.
Sometimes the
1,
game's boring.
keep going. 2,
But if we can play the game within the game of playing catch, so
5. Good.
create targets,
Remember, stay low. Keep your chest down.
praise
You're
small
gonna feel
wins
less
of playing
coordinated,
catch, I think
it's
that
gonna be
makes it a little
slower
bit
if you come
easier for
up
kids.
Every time. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was quick. And I'm gonna roll it. No, that's the
But of
second
course, I
round.
say a
already
lot of the
messed
same
up
things
today.
in these videos. I say a
Doing
lot
that.
of things
So, go ahead and start in the middle.
over and over to kids in lessons,
And then I'll roll one. Yes.
which
We
is
wanna try
why
and
I feel
shuffle
like
this round,
we
okay?
do get a lot of turnover
And keep your glove out in front. So if you
in
think two,
the younger
try and
kids.
stay low
Like,
and
not every
shuffle
kid that
each
starts with
time
us at
because when
8
you
years
stand up,
old
it's gonna be
sticks with us
slower.
until they're
Okay, so it
16,
is hard
17,
because
or
our legs
committed
are
to
gonna burn,
college,
but just 5 balls,
because
okay? Yep.
they
Back and forth.
understand what
And then just
lessons
toss it
does.
behind
They
you, okay?
understand
Go.
what I'm going to
Shuffle,
say,
shuffle.
what Coach
1,
Amanda's going to say,
2,
because it
3,
is the
stay
same
low,
thing
stay
over and
low.
over.
4, one more. Good. Switch.
The
Let's
language
move
that we
ball so we don't
use
trip on
sometimes
it.
is different because of the
Okay,
different
5
issues
balls.
that
Keep that
kids
glove
have,
nice and
or
low
different
and
ways we can
shuffle
say the
side to
same
side,
thing.
okay?
But we are saying the same
1,
thing over
toss
and
it
over,
behind you. 2,
which
3,
is
let it go in the glove
quality
first.
reps.
4,
There's
one
no
more.
secret drill.
Switch. 5.
Separate the ball middle.
You know what I mean? Instead of
Load your
reaching
shoulder to
for it,
throw.
add one
So
more
start your
shuffle
throw
so
with
it's
your
all done.
elbow.
1,
And then after that,
2,
go attack the
3,
ball.
shuffle.
And
Good, bust.
Okay, so next one. Madison's gonna still
Have
help
good
us out with
self-talk.
the PVC pipe over our
other
head.
than those things,
But
I'm trying to
now
think of what are the most important things that
we're
we
gonna have our
teach
glove
at
out.
lessons.
we're gonna go right, left, tap. Right,
And I
left.
think the biggest
right,
lessons
left, tap.
kids will learn are how to engage in
Which
quality
one lands
work.
first, always.
I think is probably the
Right foot
most
first.
important lesson.
Okay, when you tap, you want the glove to be out in front of your
Second
toes,
most
not
important lesson I would
underneath our
say
butt. Out in front. Right, left.
is something
right,
that
left,
develops
right, left, right,
over
left. Okay, we know what
probably
we're
the
doing
first month of kids being
there.
involved.
We're gonna try something that I don't know
And that is
if you guys are gonna be able to do.
how to
We're gonna
build
try it.
confidence by getting small wins
What is it?
and building those wins over time.
Okay, so
Because
I'm
confidence
gonna throw you a
is
ball. Okay?
this unshakable
Your hands are gonna
belief
be
in
up.
yourself,
This is kind
and
of
that
from last
feeling,
week, but a different way we can
the
work on
feeling
it.
of confidence isn't always
Okay? So you're
there,
gonna say cut,
but the baseline of like where that comes from can always be there once
Turn your
you've
rod to
seen
the
yourself
side, catch,
succeed over a
sit
period of
through,
time.
and get to elbows up.
Like I think
Okay, so you guys come on this
I
side
heard
real quick.
this Mel
I'm gonna show you
Robbins
what this looks
video.
like against the
Difference
wall.
between bravery and confidence. Bravery is doing something
Your hands up,
when there's no
hands up.
proof
You're gonna
that you can do it.
Fake throw.
And that's what we're asking a lot of kids to do by engaging in lessons, in getting out there in practices when they're 8, 9, 10 years old.
So against the wall.
These things aren't proven that it's all going to work out for them.
Here we're gonna slow it down.
They have to have that trust and belief
Okay, so when you're
in
here,
coaches and parents,
one person at a
and
time. You're gonna have your hands up. I'm gonna
just
throw you the ball.
understand that it could be hard, or understand that it is going to all work out.
Get set.
But we're asking them to be brave,
Sound good?
but we're saying be confident.
Let's go.
And I think
Are
we
started? Let's go. Fake throw. Elbows
can
up.
be more
Yes. Here we go. Ready? Hands up. Hands up. Cut.
accurate with our words a lot of times with kids.
Fake throw. Elbows up. Throw it. Good job.
And if we describe it as
So
more of
now,
like, hey,
instead of getting the elbows up, let's throw it to
I
me.
know that you haven't done a ton of this, but doing it over and over is going to give you
Good
more
job.
confidence.
I get your-
Doing it
no, you
over and
do.
over the correct way is going to give you even more confidence.
Here you go.
I think that's the
Ready?
the
Check
true
it.
way
Hands
to
up,
build
hands up.
mentality in
Cut,
young
cut, get
athletes,
turned.
instead of just saying, hey, just be
Throw
confident.
your fake throw.
Hey, you got to believe in yourself.
You gotta
The
fake
kids need to
throw,
know
then throw it
how
me.
to do that.
it's
And
here.
when we can describe it in really simple terms
Right?
of,
Switch it. Switch it. Here we go. Hands
all right,
up.
the more you do this thing, you are going to build confidence. The more you do it with the mindset that you can do this, you have
It's gonna
those
be good when we get it.
those
Hands
good
up.
thoughts, those empowering images of belief in your mind.
Throw it. Yeah.
It's going to get easier to build that
Nice. Here we go.
confidence over time.
What do you gotta say?
Just rambling about confidence.
Throw it. Yes. Last two. Well
I
said.
launched
Relax.
my first book. I don't know if I've talked about that book in these videos,
Turn. Other way.
but I launched my
Always
first
towards
book,
your
The
butt.
Real Work,
Yes. Get set. Here we go. Ready? Let's try
end
it.
of December of 2024. And
Hands up.
it's been awesome because it's been just like another vehicle for me to impact
Perfect. We're gonna get
kids
turned.
and
Get
also
turned.
just the families of
We gotta get turned
athletes.
perfect. Now we're gonna go fake throw that way.
I need to talk about the process of building mentality,
All right, let's try it. Here we go.
not the mental game, but just the
Way to finish
mentality
it. Here
of
we go.
kids growing up in sport. And it's not a kid's
Cut,
book.
cut,
It's more so
What happens?
I wrote it for like
Fake throw.
me
Fake throw. You got
as a
it.
kid
Fake
going
throw,
into high
turn.
school.
That's it.
So I would say
Yes.
it would be great
I know,
for a
it's so
14,
distracting.
15,
Let's go.
16-year-old kid.
Get turned.
Or
Fake throw. That was
if you have a
it.
younger athlete
Bam.
that maybe
doing
not
it.
is struggling, but
Last
you
one.
as a parent want to see more direction in her building her mental skills.
Okay.
It's a great book to read together.
We have it. We
Or
almost
to
have
just
it.
like go through some of the conversations in each of the sections. There's like some questions at the end of the chapter, blank lines so you can write in answers, or just questions to have discussions with your athlete. I think a lot of building mentality is creating awareness that there not is an issue, but that there's thoughts going on in these athletes' brains that are influencing their experience.
Who can be louder?
The
You think?
stories that athletes tell themselves influences their experience.
Are you ready for
So
this?
there's tons of
Are you
things
sure
that
you
a
gotta be
kid will go through
loud? Okay.
as they're growing up in
It's
sport
up to you.
that are unique to being an athlete. And there's tons of things that athletes go through in sport, but that are unique to being actual youth athletes versus like professional. Like there's different things going on. So that's why I chose to write to athletes growing up in sport.
Okay.
And The Real Work is a book that's more of like a guide of different skills to focus on. I write one story per chapter, so there's like 12 short stories in there of my actual true life experience. And I didn't write it as like, hey, I want everybody to know my story. I wrote it because there's just like really, there's stories that are small details in someone's life that aren't like, oh, I want to tell this story so everybody knows. It's like more like the little things that happen in your life that you didn't realize had an impact until you're 30 plus years old, and you're like, oh, that's probably why I don't like social situations, or that's probably why I had a hard time speaking up for myself. Like an example of one of the stories is when I went from elementary school to middle school,
Fakes.
I had a hard time
I have a question for you.
going back to my regular group of friends, even though I had
What do you
known
think
all these
the
kids since I was
the best players,
8
the
years
best
old.
teams
When I got to middle
focus
school,
on when they're playing or when they're practicing?
I didn't know where I
The
fit in.
ball. Really good one. What
And
else?
I was just starting to play travel ball. I
Anything else?
wasn't going out with these people to like
Their
the
skills?
weekend plan, so I
What
kind of
else?
felt like an outsider.
Fixing mistakes they made.
And
Their form. What else? Their
it
throwing.
was just
What else?
a weird time. And I know that a lot of kids go through that like weird transitional time when
Okay, I
you're like
that.
this
Okay.
little elementary
So-
school recess hero. Like I was picked
Ball is a really
first
good
when
answer.
I was
I'm
on the
gonna tell you
kickball
that they don't
team.
focus on
I
their
played
form that
basketball
much
with all the
because they've done
boys
so
at
many reps over
recess, and then I
they
get to
don't
middle
even
school
have
and it's
to.
like, oh, recess doesn't exist.
So
How
you
am I
guys
gonna
have
make
really good
friends?
answers.
It's weird.
It's automatic.
So
It's
just
mental.
like little
Okay,
stories
can you
like
tell
that
me
I'm
maybe
not
2 or
gonna
3
make a
things that
social
they
media
don't
post about it
think
and just
about,
go,
they
hey,
don't
remember
focus
this
on at all?
time?
What do you think?
I mean, I could,
Losing.
but
What else?
also I think little
Making mistakes.
stories like this happen often as kids are
Getting in the
growing
right
up,
form, just like
and
we
they
talked about. Anything
affect
else?
our
Think
experience,
about maybe team
and
drama.
different
Did they
experiences
think
will bleed into
about
sports. Different experiences will
what
bleed
they're
into
gonna do
identity
after,
and what we think about
that this is hard.
ourselves and about each other.
Okay.
So
Here's my point: is when you guys are here, you guys are doing a really good
That's a
job
look.
of focusing. And the only way that we know how to focus is focusing on the things that matter, or thinking about the things that matter. The really, really good teams are awesome at forgetting the things that don't matter, or giving, like, if you really want to be harsh about it, the losing teams, losers, focus on things that don't matter. Okay, they give energy to things that don't matter.
that's a good point.
So for this next game, we're
The
going to focus
losing
on
teams focus
just
on
what
things that
matters,
don't
which
matter.
Is maybe the ball, maybe on correcting the things that need to be corrected, maybe on being there
And
for your teammates.
These
maybe
kind of
on
ideas
eye
are the
contact.
reason why I love writing.
Sound good?
I love
Okay, so we're gonna
sharing
play
things outside of
the
just
game.
lessons. Because I am a
21
thinker.
outs.
I get very
Now we're gonna play
internal.
this game a
I
little bit
put a lot of
different,
meaning
okay?
into small
The only
things
way that we're gonna get
because I
better
think
is just
how
think about
you,
the ball.
and this
Think
is
about
how
the
it's
ball
taught,
making the
how you
play.
are
If
in
we
one
get
thing is how you are in
pulled, we
everything.
can't control
So
that
if you
anymore.
approach
Okay? So we're gonna do 21 outs. meaning we
lessons
have to
or
make a
softball,
play,
sports in
throw the
general,
net
any
21 times
situation,
in a row.
with the
Okay, so
victim
half of you guys are
mentality,
gonna be with me.
that's how you're going
Half
to
of you
approach other
guys are
things in
gonna be with
life, and that's going to
Madison,
impact your
doing good hop
experience. And I've
back
said this multiple
And what are
times,
we
even in this
focusing on
video.
again? The ball.
Impact your
The
experience.
ball
What does that
making
even
play.
mean?
What are we not focused on?
When something
Making a
impacts your
mistake or
experience, the
being
thoughts
afraid
that you're
of making a
having,
mistake.
how the
All
story
right,
that you're
let's go.
telling
1,
yourself
2, 3.
can be very
21 outs
different
Or we get pulled.
if you tell yourself a different
Doesn't
story.
matter who invented it, but we're gonna focus
You
on
go
just
further
the
into
ball,
that.
just catching
So-
the ball, making a good throw.
Say the example that I just had talked about,
Good.
the difference between winners and losers, winning teams, losing teams.
Oh, you're
One of the
out.
reasons that they're
That was a bad
winners or losers.
Yeah, you gotta.
Winners will focus on the things that are important. Losers will focus on the things that are not important. The same things could be happening. And you've got the chicken and egg scenario, right? Are they focusing on the things that aren't important because they're losing? Or are they losing because they're focusing on the things that aren't important? Not every situation is the same. But in general,
Into a wall set.
I believe
Watch this.
that
Perfect.
the team at the end
Good.
that
Keep
often
moving those feet.
is the
Keep
team that
moving
comes
those
out on
feet.
top is the team that recovered fastest, focused on the next pitch,
Reach with that glove
the
a little more.
fastest,
Reach.
got back into competitive mindset,
Good.
and then after the game, they didn't make
Good.
a huge deal out of the things that didn't matter.
All right, into a wall set.
And that is up to each team to say what matters and what doesn't.
Good. Keep that glove low.
And there's so many ways that you can see this, because then you get in the conversation of what's a little thing? Are the little things actually the big things?
3. Good job.
I could argue that a little thing is what we think about, what we focus on. Now, are those little things insignificant? That's up to each head coach, each leader,
Okay.
each captain of the team to decide. Hey.
Are you okay? Come here. All right. Down, stop. Hold huh? Got you in the
Ugh,
throat or the
that
chin?
didn't make it on social media.
The chin? Okay, you're okay.
The throat ball.
Probably don't want to do a wall sit after that, huh? Now, let me see.
Got some tough kids in there.
Do you usually wear a mask? You're tough like that, huh? Well, that's what's gonna happen in softball, but you're okay. Do you want to go get a drink of water or anything? Ooh, no? Do you want to go? Who brought you here today? Your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa? Dad, you want to go talk to your dad? Are you sure?
Got Coach Amanda still tending.
Focus on that ball.
Got
Good.
it.
Keep going. Keep going. Good. Great job. Just remember to tuck that glove. And remember when it goes down, our shoulders go down. Good. Reach and finish forward, okay? Don't want to finish backwards.
Still thinking about that difference
Tough
between
cookie
winning
here.
teams and losing teams. I'm gonna find that actual clip. Use it on
Keep
social
going.
media. It's how my brain thinks. I'm gonna post it
Way to come back. She
But it's
gets
here
rocked
somewhere.
in the chin.
in this
Comes
YouTube
back,
video.
perfect throw.
If you are hearing this, you heard that. Someone will be
Watch it
impacted.
in. Watch the
Impact
ball
your
all the way in-
experience.
into your glove. Keep going towards your target. Keep going. There you go. Feel how fast you're trying to throw and get back in line. Finish towards the net.
One of my favorite things that we've been able to do in this last year is
So after you throw,
always have a
throw
coach
and take an extra step, but towards the net. I want your shoulders
help
towards
out in the
net.
live station, even though you have a coach that's hitting ground balls.
Don't worry about getting
Having a
back
coach
in line.
with the girls so that the coach that's hitting
Shoulders towards
the
your
ground
target.
balls, mostly it's me a lot of the time. I don't have to yell and
Potentially
say
not.
what the adjustment I want to be is. I can just hit the ground balls, do like a little, like, I do this to the coach and they know what I'm talking about. Or I do like this to the coach, they know what I'm talking about.
That is
Even
pretty
those
cool.
two
Oh,
like
all that
movements
stuff in the
will mean
carabiner. You
it
see
could
that?
mean
Good
something
job.
to the player,
Get that
but
glove
most of the
sideways,
time
okay? You've got it up already. Get it sideways.
we've got kind of this language between coaches. They know that the player is rolling their wrist or flipping their glove, they're late with their glove.
One of the girls got rocked in the chin, came back, and was one of the finalists. She also threw a ball and got stuck in the carabiner. I've never seen that in my years here at lessons. Madison never really makes it to the second round in her lesson, but I think it's good, and the girls do a lot better when Morgan stops them after the first round. Kind of tells them to step it up, and then they do, and they did a lot better. So 3.5. They can always get better, and they can always be a lot worse. So take it a little slower. We want to win a bracelet, right? Take it a little slower. Watch that ball all the way in, and then get those elbows up, okay? Good throws. Right at that little hook, okay? Let's all get a bracelet.
Let's all get a
On Morgan.
bracelet.
Nice. Been on it since I walked in this place. You all right?
You're nervous when you're the first one.
Yeah, it's nervous to be the first one. Good. Keep going, keep going.
So they
Good.
will normally get a bracelet if
Good.
they
Just remember that
win
glove
in
is coming
21
down.
outs.
Remember
21
when you
outs
throw
in
it,
lessons
so you get your
is
elbows up, you're doing
we'll give them a
really
time
well
limit.
here, and then you throw it.
Sometimes
Keep it
in the
right
younger
here.
classes,
Because watch what happens.
if they get 21 outs,
Right.
even
Tap
outside their
under.
time limit, they'll get a bracelet.
Keep moving towards
But in
it.
reality,
So I don't know why all of a sudden
when
you're
you're
trying
doing
to
21
stop.
outs and
When
it's
you
just
stop,
ground balls right
your
at them,
momentum stops. Keep
they
moving.
should have a time limit. So a good round of 21 outs is a group will get 21 in a row
Also,
in
if we
under
take a
10
little
in,
longer between
in under 2
timers
minutes with balls that hit the
Keep
same
going.
spot
Tuck that glove.
with no
Good.
situation, no runners on.
Going in.
Now in 21 outs when you're on the
still in it.
field,
Yeah.
a
Yeah, I know.
great score is like under 10 minutes.
We're still in it. We're all still in.
Why? Because the ball's going in different directions,
Keep
going
going.
different
Good.
positions. In order to not make a mistake, outfielders have to hit their cuts. The throws are longer.
Dodge your hat.
There's situations. Coaches can put runners on.
Long hair. I wonder if she ever pulls it.
I did a 21
Keep
ounce
over her feet.
round one time when I was at Washington
Good. Tuck
in
that glove
college,
under your
and it
arm.
took
Tuck
us
that glove under your
over
arm.
2
Keep
hours.
Going, keep going.
That was a whole
Redeemed herself.
practice.
Okay, you guys, really quick.
It's a lot.
Come over here.
We do the watered down version here at lessons.
They're gonna do it off the wall. You guys get this way. Okay, depending on how you perform in this test, is going to determine the rest of the lesson.
Oh.
Okay?
What is this
If
test?
every single person can do this on the first try, we're going to do an advanced lesson today. If we can't, we got to practice this. Okay? So you're going to throw the ball against the wall. You're going to get into cut footwork. Fake.
Okay, I think I was talking about my book at the last time that I saw this footwork going on. I don't know if I explained the footwork or explained what
Now
was
we gotta
going on.
figure out how. Are they going to do this in a line? They're going to throw, cut, throw, go. Boom,
I really like
boom.
this kind of drill
Once. Okay,
of
line.
one kid going at a time,
If you
of
get
it being
this
such a simple concept that
first
most of the
try,
kids get truly
it's gonna be
humbled
so
when
good.
they get up there and
Okay, you're gonna
they throw the ball
throw
against
it
the
to
wall and they do it incorrectly,
first person throws it to herself. Okay?
because
I'm
it
gonna
shows,
This is
one, how
practice.
important it is to
We're gonna
listen,
throw it,
two,
fake,
that
throw. Get back
kind of
in
their
line.
ego got in the way and there's like kind of thinking, oh, this is so easy, before actually understanding the details.
Throw it to yourself.
Throw it,
Fake,
fake,
throw.
throw. Good. Throw it, fake,
Fake.
throw. And the whole point of doing this is not just to do it, but if you notice, some of them will go halfway.
They're like,
Some of them
okay,
will fall off balance when they're doing
our
this.
fakes are questionable.
When I do my
Oh, God.
demonstration of it,
Messed it up.
the reason why I can kind of stay in one spot, and the reason why I love the drill, is because our front side, if we come off, we fall off balance.
Are we
But the
at
kids aren't
beginning?
thinking about it that way. They're kind of just like, how do I complete this as fast as possible?
Questionable fakes. Okay, bring it up right here. Thank you.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know if we got it right.
Okay, we were at about a 90%.
90% is not bad.
Because of that, we're going to practice it over here. And we're going to practice you actually doing kind of cut footwork and communicating. So we're going to play catch here, warm up our arms, but with that. So we're going to kind of spice up playing catch. So you're going to have your hands up. Cut, cut, cut. As the ball's in the air, we're going to get
We
turned.
saw the younger kids doing this.
Throw back to me.
And I think this
Okay,
is the
try to stay
7:30
balanced,
class.
try to pick up
So we had
your
the
target
6:30
fast.
class before, the
Because
7:30
even
class.
when
I was
we're doing
thinking
live balls,
maybe this will
a lot
be
of
a little
times
bit
you guys are watching the ball in,
too
watching the ball
elementary for
in,
them.
and we're not looking at our target quick enough. Okay, so
But
pick up your target, throw. All right.
after
Next
one time through, we
stations, we're gonna
reevaluated
do
that.
5-ball drill.
And that is now
Over here at the
still
Amanda,
going to
this
be a
is
station.
we're gonna also do the ladder drill, so you can set that up. So 5-ball drill, come on over. You guys aren't 8, 9, 10 years old. You guys are a little older. We're gonna be doing 5-ball drill where we're gonna turn and we can do backhands. So you're gonna field in between here. You guys are gonna be.
So it looks like same lesson setup as the 6:30
right?
class,
If you can,
but some things
get
are a
in
little bit
front of it
different.
and shuffle fine, but you're gonna shuffle field.
5-ball drill, we're
turn
implementing
and run
backhands as
And
well,
put it behind you.
which I describe this drill as more of a beginner drill.
So
A lot of times in clinics, I'll only put this in
It's gonna be
a
field,
beginner station.
field, put it
But it
behind
really
you. Our
all
goal
depends
is to
on
not
the
get
feeder,
too wide or
so
too
who's rolling, and the
unbalanced
speed of the
to be able
drill.
to go get the next ball.
If the speed
Okay,
is
over
like,
This is kind of
so
our,
everybody's feet are stopping every single time when they're shuffling to the ball, they have to wait
That's
for the
gonna
ball to
burn
hit
your
their
legs.
glove.
It's gonna burn your legs.
It's not
So
very
here,
difficult. But if your
we're gonna
cadence
go
is
right, left field,
1, 2,
all the way down.
3, 4,
Tap,
that's very
tap,
difficult for even an
tap,
advanced fielder.
tap.
So it just depends on
All the way down, walk back.
kind of the awareness of the coach too,
Hands are gonna be out in front
of what kind of
of
fielder
the black line.
she's dealing with.
Okay? We're gonna go 2 times through. So throw, 5-ball drill, ladder footwork. We're gonna go wall sit to complete our burnout, and we're gonna go.
So that's a question that we
full
kind of
drill
get a
footwork.
lot too, is
All right.
what are drills for
5.
beginners?
We're probably gonna do.
I do have an
10, 10,
answer,
10
but
drill
also
for
all
6. So
my
2
beginner
people each
drills can be advanced
spot. Ready, set, go.
as well.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy, bro.
I don't know if those girls didn't really do it 100% right. Hands are up. So this is a great way to also have them practice communication. because not a lot of girls will practice how to communicate. But when they get to their team practices, all the coaches are like, nobody's talking. Why aren't we loud? Why aren't we louder? Where's our energy? It's like, oh, okay. Well, no one ever told them when to talk, how loud is loud,
Was facing that way, right?
how to put their hands in the air, how long to keep them in the air.
That way, so you're throwing that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's just not a lot of
See ya.
like practices that I'm seeing
You're
that are
mic'd up.
Whoa.
that broken down.
Whoa.
So that's what we do.
I'm mic'd up, guys. Okay.
Let's get so
Okay, guys. I
tickled
don't really know
by
how
the
to
mic.
do this drill, but it's okay. I got it. I think. I do this at my team. With my team. But
Okay.
I always mess it up. It's okay. I got this. Now I go? Okay. Cut, cut, cut!
That's great.
Okay. I think I did that. Maybe.
This is awesome because I love the girls that outwardly process. And you can actually hear their real thoughts. Obviously, not everybody outwardly processes. They're like thinking about what they're saying.
Up above you, so you're gonna start here.
I'm making the drill a little harder, obviously. So based on different throws, they're going to move their feet to try to catch the ball in their window.
Oh.
Their window is
Oh.
anywhere where their elbow can stay bent when they're receiving. So they have to move their feet
I
to
can't
get their
do this.
glove in that. Get their glove like that, but we have to complete our throw.
Yes, Lexi!
Everything though, no matter what, we'll try to get our butts to side. Throw that way. Right, so ball over here.
Okay, I'm gonna do good on this one. Cut, cut, cut!
We have to complete our throw,
I
girl.
kind of faked it.
I kind of faked it. Yeah.
Oh. Cut, cut, cut! Whoa, I did it! Jump. That was it. Remember, don't lean. Okay. Oh, that was a good one. Good job.
I miss when Sophia could come to our throwing sessions.
Just feel a little easier with this one.
She's now a full-time personal trainer,
Try so it's a little, especially when you get pulled this way.
athletic trainer
Really
at
try
a
that way,
a
almost
local
like
high
came
school, I believe
over
in
your head like
Fullerton.
this. It's
But because we just
heavier.
launched our one-on-one
That's
coaching,
like, this is where like everything else you start to use when you start
now
coming back, really try
players are able
squeeze
to
your
seek
back and
out
pull back in that
Sophia
same direction.
specifically
Don't do something
and
weird. That's how you hurt your
request her
arm.
for
Okay?
one-on-one
Ready?
coaching.
Same direction.
Sophia
Better.
would
Good
definitely
job.
be somebody that I requested. Because so many
Pretty much what we're looking
people
for
are in the
this is
Bat
to making
Busters
sure they're
organization.
staying
They're trying
nice
to work
and
their way
tall
up.
with the start of the drill,
Sophia,
and that the ball, when they catch it, is pulling them forward into their follow-through position, and that they're using all their back and shoulder muscles to slow the
who's
ball
talking
down,
right now?
and then coming through on the same arm path to throw the ball back. You good? Getting tired?
Was she talking? That was weird.
Good. And then so when that ball starts to pull
I'm
you
like
here,
confused
it's
as
good
to
that
what
you're
just
slowing
happened
down.
here because I
But
didn't
try
see your
to
mouth
let
moving.
yourself
But
like follow through. Like when you're throwing, or when we throw, we don't want to just stop. We're gonna
well,
let it
anyways,
pull
one-on-one
us,
coaching. Sophia is
up.
would be an amazing one. She played
Leaning on
shortstop at Florida. She graduated, played in California, but she was a Bat Buster. So she was on
Remember what I
Mike
told you
Stiff's
last time
team as
about your arm?
his shortstop. And I think a lot of people
when you're coming forward,
are really
try not to
impressed
catch
with
it.
the infielders
see your
that come out of the Bat Busters
Try not to
organization
catch
because of the
it
little things that they
bent
focus
here,
on.
and then force it
And
forward when
Sophia
you're
gets
coming
all of that. She gets how to kind of translate
straight
that
and let it pull you all
into
the way
our
down.
athletes as well.
Ready?
And she's got
Arm
the
straight,
added
all the way out, all the way out.
education
Better,
of
better. Ready?
athletic training.
Arm high. Yep. Don't lean on your leg.
So she does a lot of prehab, rehab, knows the healthy throwing patterns that our throwers should
You're
be
coming this way.
maintaining,
staying behind
creating,
it. Like if when you throw,
understanding
you're behind the ball and
in
you're
our
coming
throwing
down.
sessions. So
Don't even catch it
lots
like this. So
of information
I don't know
here
if you
from
can feel like when
Sophia.
you catch the ball here, kind of put your arm in a weird position, and that's how we're gonna hurt ourselves doing even a drill like this. So make sure you're catching the ball behind and coming down like that. Okay. Better. Good job. Because if you drop it, it's okay, right? Good. Remember, stay up tall when you go to catch it, and then let it pull you forward. Don't pull yourself forward.
Very good
to
stuff.
Then catch it, okay?
Hopefully you guys check out our one-on-one coaching. Again, it just launched. Not sure when this video is going to post, but Sophia's got limited spots. She's only got 10, so I think she's got a few more available. Check it out.